Hi!
Hello, and welcome to the Daily Almanac for
March 10th.
So, let's get started.
This day in history!
On this day in history, March 10th, 1849, Abraham Lincoln applied for a patent for a device to lift riverboats over sandbars and other obstacles. The patent was granted, but his invention was never manufactured. However, it did make Lincoln the only U.S. president to hold a patent. Also, on this day in 1864, during the Civil War, President Abraham Lincoln appointed Ulysses S. Grant as the commander of the Union armies. Grant later became president. And on this day in 1876, Alexander Graham Bell made the first successful telephone call to his assistant, Thomas Watson, saying, "Mr. Watson, come here, I want you." Bell wrote to his father predicting the day is coming when telegraph, phone, wires will be laid onto houses just like water and gas, and friends converse with each other without leaving home. He was right.
Word power!
Today on Word Power, we're going to talk about the saying, "Every cloud has a silver lining." Now, if you say this, you mean that you can take something good from even the worst situations. You might say, "I was so sad when my family decided to move. At least we'll get to live closer to my grandparents. I guess every cloud has a silver lining." The saying comes from the 1600s from the poetry of John Milton. Now, if you've ever looked at a cloud on a sunny day, you know that even the darkest ones have a bright outline where the sun hits it.
Extremes.
Today on Extremes, we ask, what kind of amphibian can glide the farthest? The answer is the flying frog. These remarkable little creatures can glide 50 feet or 15 meters through the air. That means that they can almost fly across one half of a tennis court.
Health tips.
You have 24 ribs, 12 on this side and 12 on this. The bottom two are called floating ribs because they're not attached to your breastbone in front. They're just attached to your spine in the back. Ribs are strong and they do an important job, so you ought to appreciate them. Hey, I have an idea. Why not give your rib cage a big hug right now? Thank you, ribs. Do you like to bake? Sometimes it's tempting to open the oven to check on your cookies and to smell the melting chocolate. But did you know that every time you open the oven while you're baking, you let out heat and cool the oven off by up to 40 degrees Fahrenheit or 4.4 degrees Celsius? That means that the oven has to work extra hard to heat up again, and it takes longer to bake your cookies. The harder your oven has to work, the more electricity or gas it uses. So be an Earth Alert hero and set a timer for the amount of time you cook your cookies. Don't open the oven until the timer goes off. That way, you won't waste any energy. Well, that's all the time we have left today for Daily Almanac. Thanks for stopping by, and I hope to see you tomorrow.